everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of What's the Topic Again podcast. I am one of the co hosts, Imaria Love, aka Mars.
And I am the other co-host, Deborah Love.
Alrighty, and today we're going to be talking about our hair journey, specifically just, our journey with our own hair because we both been through a lot,
Yeah,
specifically in
I can agree on
the
that.
span of like a couple years, and we're going to be just talking about a few things, our own experiences with our hair, the trials and tribulations, and also the good things that we've done to our hair, the bad things that we've done to our hair, and all that. And yeah, let's get into it to my story of what I'm going to talk about, my whole hair journey. Okay, so even though my hair is not the greatest right now in video post, but specifically for me and my hair, I've been getting my hair relaxed ever since I was 3.
It was really a straightener.
Really?
Yeah, because it was more for a child
Mhm.
and not an adult
Yeah.
type thing. So it was a straightener just to soften it up,
Mhm.
and made it better for me to comb it so you can stop crying.
I was saying, but I started like, was it age 3 or was it 4? Was it older than
Well,
that?
yeah, you were older than that. When I started doing that, you had to been at least 5 or 6. Because
Okay.
I know you was going.
Went
Yeah.
to a dance school specifically at the time, and they wanted slick up bun in that hair and all that with the fake bun or your real hair with the sock on, all that.
A
That's what
ponytail.
they
It
wanted
basically was a ponytail, but it was the ponytail. Well, it was the hair in a bun.
Yeah, that's what
So
it
in
was.
order for me to fully get that slick look without having to slap on a whole lot of gel, because I
Mhm.
didn't want that to
Too
damage
much
her
buildup for
hair.
a child's hair,
Yeah.
you know.
So I found a kitty relaxer. I would
Mhm.
say relaxer straightener that made her hair more manageable.
The brand was called Just for Kids. If you really are
Yeah, it
curious.
was just for kids. So just to make it much more manageable for
Mhm.
me and make the hair experience of combing her hair, because I used to have
Dramatic.
to have a woosah moment before I combed her hair, because this kid acted a fool when I combed her hair.
Oh my god, it was so dramatic. I was so dramatic as a kid. Like anytime, the comb didn't even have to go through the hair. It just had to go through the thick new growth of the roots, and just didn't even start and just start all this foolishness
I
mess.
I really had to ask people at work, like, what do you do to comb your child hair? My child is very tenderhead. What do I need to do to comb her hair? And one young lady, she suggested that I start from the end of your hair and work my way up to the top in order to
Cause I guess like loosen
get
up
out
like
the
the
if it was
loose
any
ends,
knots
and
or
then
kinks or
start
whatever
getting
in
the
there.
thick bit for it to like go through
Go
the hair
straight
a lot
through.
easier.
So
Yeah,
I started doing that. Really,
Still didn't work.
it really didn't matter. She
Okay,
just
it still
really
didn't
didn't
work.
want her hair combed.
No.
So I
I
found ways to avoid combing her hair,
I mean, I'm
putting in
tender-headed.
a whole lot of ponytails.
Yeah, I'm still tender-headed now, but it's more sense of it's like it's I just got a sensitive scalp, which a lot of people do, and not a lot of people know how to treat that correctly anyway. And specifically, I just been getting relaxers ever since because I really don't know how to treat like my own textured hair, that naturally grows out my scalp when the new growth comes back in. I really don't know how to treat that. And if I really wanted to like, get like my quote unquote natural hair back, I really can't unless I like cut it super duper short on like where all the new growth is, which is going to be like a big, big, big chop for me.
Well, big
And
chop sometimes works.
yeah, and I mean, it worked for some people, especially when you get sick of it or you just want easier maintenance. But for me right now, the way that it is, I'm perfectly cool with it. I like experimenting with my hair all the time. I'll probably pull up pictures of my own like experimental hair. It's
Yeah,
just
you
really
do.
cute.
You do.
But specifically, I would say this for sure. It was not an easy journey to get where I am right now because when I was like a teenager or almost about to be like preteen teenager
A
age,
tween,
yeah,
yeah.
uh, my mom decided to put the responsibility up to me to do my own hair. Did that work? No. I had my hair in a ponytail all the time because I was doing all-star cheerleading and also tumbling a lot. So my hair had to be out of my face all the time or it's just going to get nasty and sweaty all over the place. And I just had it up in a ponytail consistently every day. I just would just brush it up and that's it. No nothing. No combing through, no nothing. And obviously will show, especially when it comes to the day of getting a relaxer or at least getting your hair done. The whole time my mom was like, gosh, so much breakage. What happened? I thought you were taking care of it. You said you were taking care of it. It looked fine, but when you really get into the nitty gritty, it just looked horrible. Imagine a whole sandwich bag. I'm talking about the tiny sandwich bag filled with your own hair. That's traumatizing in my opinion. For especially at my age, I was crying my eyes out because I'm like, that's a lot of hair in that
But
bag.
she was not combing her hair. She was raking.
Yeah.
She was raking over her hair.
Not
And
taking sections like you're
Right.
supposed to do.
And I did the same thing as a kid. When Mama gave me the responsibility of taking care of my hair as a kid, I did not comb my hair either. I was raking over it, just raking over it, not combing it from root to tip
Mhm.
or from tip back to the roots.
Mhm.
However,
Whatever your methods are.
I wasn't combing it that way. I was basically just brushing it.
Mhm.
And same thing. But Mama took it a different route from what you did. She actually took the time out to comb, and it was like pulling.
See, you really took your time, almost like giving salon quality took your time because you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you brought out all the stops. You brought out every single comb. You brought out even like hair oils and like detanglers and stuff.
Yeah.
You really tried your best to like save as much as my hair
Yeah.
as possible. Because unless if you didn't, it would have been a lot more bigger chunks in my scalp.
Yeah.
It was really bad. But
but let me go back and straighten this.
okay.
I was not avoiding combing her hair.
No.
I would put her hair in styles, whereas it stayed up for
I'll
a
probably
few
pull up
days.
some childhood pictures of myself.
Right,
It was too
right.
cute.
It stayed up a few days because I put it in so many ponytails,
Yeah.
whereas the new growth wasn't going to come out as fast as it was with it just being in a ponytail. So when I had those opportunities to put it in 3, 4, 9, 10 little ponytails, then that's what I did.
It definitely worked out, especially for easier maintenance and also easy to detangle afterwards because it's just dealing with a very small section.
Very small sections that I was dealing with at that time. So it's still, that part. Once she seen the damage that she had done, and then me as a parent, I share some responsibility on that as well because I should have still been watching you as far as to make sure that you were combing your hair.
Yeah.
But at that time,
you live and you learn.
Yeah, you live and you learn, and then just from her seeing how much hair that even with me taking the time out to detangle, to take those sections and comb it. And still have those chunks of hair come out of there. From that day forward, she took the time out to take care of her hair and then start doing research on hair or to see what type of hair that she had and start getting the products. At least asking me to get those products that was going to be best for her hair from that day forward. So we both learned.
Because in my opinion, not a lot of people would know this specifically. I mean, you might have a 4 adjacent type of hair, but it's specifically different porosities out there. What works for your hair, what doesn't. Hair oils do not work for every single scalp,
Right.
and also a lot of hair products and hair tools do not work for every single scalp. And not a lot of people know that it's different for you as a person,
It depends on your texture.
Right.
It depends on the thickness of your hair. It depends on really your background.
Yeah.
As far as putting certain things on your hair, because everybody, like you said, everybody can't use the same product. And this from us learning from each other. It's not from me knowing other people.
Yeah.
This from us learning from each other because I have my journey too, and I will tell you my journey when she finished with hers.
Yeah.
But still, I had to learn what was work best for me when I went on my hair journey as well.
And specifically after that day, to be honest, of learning, okay, maybe I could do this style instead. Like, let's switch it from like a high pony to like a mid pony. Okay, then let's switch it down to a low pony. And then it turned into just the pandemic hit, kooky styles. Let's just go for it. Cut bangs. We going just, basically dye my hair black, deep black. And it was so pretty. And I get so upset and so emotional every time because it's just too pretty. It was too pretty. And then specifically after that, I did braids, crochet braids. Now, I'm going to say this for sure. If you're going to do crochet braids, not every like braided to the scalp will work for everybody, especially for relaxed hair. On me, it don't work, especially if you don't in between maintenance, unbraid it, detangle, wash it, rebraid it like you should be, and not let it sit in your hair, and that's where breakage comes in all over again, you know. And but the crochet braids were cute. They really were. I did black and blue. I did blonde and like almost like this dark brown color as well, and I did red and black too. Really cute colors.
You're gonna have to post some pictures of those because
Yes,
they're very cute.
they're so
I like
cute.
those. Yeah.
And they were so cute. And I just love experimenting with my hair so much, and I gotten better with my relationship with my hair because at first I used to just hate the maintenance of it all. And it really got to a bullet point for me with my hair, it being too long. I hated it being so long that touch my back, everything like that. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just cut it shorter. Why not? And
And I'm like, you want your hair cut short?
I'm
And
like,
she's
yes.
like, yeah. I'm like, seriously, you want me to? Yeah, just cut it right here, and I would cut it.
Yep.
And then she's like, that's not short enough. Cut it some more. I'm like, cut it some more?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, shorter hair just works for me now, and also, if you saw like the pilot episode, that was freshly dyed black hair specifically for me, and I love the black hair on me because it just makes my hair look fuller, especially with my thin hair as it is now. But as you can see in the video post, uh, I just love experimenting with my hair still to this day, and I just love where I am right now. And if God says, you know, it's time to give it up, it's time to give up the hair, you know, then it will be like that. But for till now, my mom will still keep doing relaxers on my head, and I'm still gonna dye my hair no matter what.
And so, would you want to take a break before I get started?
Yeah, because your journey is a lot longer than mine, in my opinion.
It is.
So, yeah, we're going to take a little short break, and we're going to get into the real deep dive onto my mom's hair journey. Alrighty, people. Let's get into my mom's hair journey.
So we can talk about my hair journey. And I'm not gonna go all the way far back as a child, but I can let you know that when I was growing up, it was natural in the beginning. Then if Mama wanted to do it for school pictures or whatever, we pressed it. Have the hot comb on the stove. You hear that sizzle because your hair is frying. It's like
get
that,
right to the root.
right, and then hold your ear because you don't want your ear to get burned. And then you get back there to the edges in the back and to your edges on the side.
I know I heard in some cases it's like get a towel or some wet towel and be like that specifically.
Well, that person, I was glad. To me, in a way, I was glad the perm was created because we didn't have to get it pressed anymore, but still you couldn't scratch your scalp.
Yeah.
She did make sure that she did oil our scalp because there wasn't enough oil.
It's a treatment for your hair. That's what it is.
Right,
because you're
right.
straightening your wavy or curly hair follicles. That's what that is.
Yeah, so we did that for a number of years. And, just your hair go through some things you don't realize as a kid, and I'm sure as a parent, because everybody was doing it and they marketed so well as far as that.
They marketed probably back then was a lot more heavy induced because of like, being ethnic, you cannot like be showing that you gotta blend in with the crowd. Straighten your hair, straighten your baby's hair. That's how it was. In my opinion, that's not right. Thankfully, it's not like that.
But everybody didn't buy into it because
No.
some people, because it's still that was a cost for someone that was living on a low income, and you had 3 girls growing up too. So the thing about it is, either they're gonna get their hair permed or they're gonna get their hair pressed, or they're gonna have a curl because they had a curl in hers because the perm just didn't do well for her hair. So that's what she did with hers. But still, it was just that we still didn't realize how much damage we were doing to it at that time. Because I can tell you what type of hair that I had. All I knew is I had mine was pretty, it wasn't as nappy, but it would get to a point where
looking at like old pictures and stuff, and specifically, I would say it's like it was like a nice, like cute. It's given like on the low end of like 3. It wasn't touching 4 in my opinion. That's in my opinion. Looking back at pictures.
I mean, she could comb through it.
Yeah,
It wasn't bad. I didn't have a bad
like a
texture of hair.
3C or something. Or,
Right. I didn't have a bad texture of hair as far as that concerned, but still you had to put something on it in
Right.
order to do something with it.
Right.
So I would say the baldness started coming in the crown of my head probably 2009, 2010, and only thing I just kept doing, I seen it, but I would cover it up with my hair. I would put my hair in a style
Either
in a way where
cover it up,
you can
a
see
wig,
a wig, a ponytail.
Yeah, which that, in my opinion, was your downfall.
That really was. It really was. But then thing I did, I listened to it. Still, you talk to people at work, you know, or talk to people that you know. My hair is thinning in the top. Family like, well, that's genetics.
Yeah.
You know, the thinning part is genetics. So there's something that you just
Which
probably
is
think
like
you have to
partially
deal with.
true, but
Right.
it just really depends on what you do.
But
to the
if
hair
it's
for it to
genetics,
create-
why is just me and not my other sisters?
Right.
So they don't have that
Yeah.
part, you know, going on with them. So still, like you said, the ponytails probably didn't do any good.
But
Talking, I got the injections. I didn't want to go through that again.
No,
because that was not good.
To
That was
jump-
not a good feeling.
to jump back specifically before like the ponytail thing, you did a weave.
I did
Sewing.
I did a sew in, but I did the sew in after the ponytails and stuff.
Oh, really?
I did the sew in. I did the sew in, and then my sister helped me cut it out. I combed through my hair. I washed it and conditioned it that night, plaited up, and the next morning my hair was matted together. I could not even see where I had plaited up at. And we tried to put some conditioner on it to see if it would loosen it up or you know, the strands can come apart. That did not work. I just told her to cut it. She said, "You sure you don't want to try to do it?" I said, "Just cut it." So your sandwich bag experience with hair, I got a sandwich bag experience with hair as well. So she cut it. She cut it all the way to the point of where I could comb it. So those ponytails basically were basically cut off.
Yeah, I was saying, seeing it. I mean, I saw the whole thing from head to toe. I was like young at the time.
Yeah.
So I really don't remember it, but I do remember seeing it. If that makes any sense.
Right. So you know that part, I dealt with it, but my hair grew back. You know, it grew back. I went natural basically after that because I didn't put a perm or anything in my hair after that.
Yeah.
So from that point, we did come to Georgia for a visit, and I went to a barber or something, and I just had them cut it all the way off, and we made it even. So that's really
So it was
my
almost
natural
like they
journey
did like
started.
like a curly cut almost, or at least a big chop curly cut.
It was a big chop. It was a big chop because I have a picture of that too as well.
Yeah.
With that, I have a picture of that because I think I put a color in it or
Yeah,
something.
it was like she wanted to go like more of a bleach blonde, but it can't turn out like into an amber honey blonde.
That's what happens when you let your sisters do your hair.
Yeah.
You know, oh, it's gonna be cute.
It's gonna be so cute.
I'm like, okay, no. So I still had to cut it down, but it looked well on me.
Yeah.
It looked well. I still just was accepting of just having a shorter hair and natural hair at that time. I was good with that. I was comfortable with it, but I was comfortable with wearing it around people who didn't know me.
Yeah.
And the fact is, when I came back to Louisiana, I threw a wig on my head because I wasn't ready to share that with my coworkers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say just, you know, a little insecurity or almost like getting used to it for yourself first.
Getting used to it for myself. And then I talked again, of course. I talked to someone who has really good natural hair, and she said, just start wearing your hair. And she was telling me of some products that she used for her hair. Of course, it worked for her texture.
Right.
Because
and
she
hers
had
was
thick.
Like really thick
She
hair.
had really thick hair, so it worked for her, but it did not work for me.
Yeah.
But I still
experiment
with it, and I just found a product, and I'm just going to say the name because it worked well for me. and I found it at Target, was Talia Wajid.
Yeah.
Her products worked so well for me because I talked to someone from church and they told me what they were using on their natural hair. So her product worked well for me, and I used that for a while, but it still didn't stop the hair in the top of my head from falling off.
Yeah.
You know, it was still slowly, the little small ball kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger through the years. And I told someone I felt like that in the top of my head, it looked like I was Bozo the Clown because he had a big bald spot in his head, but it wasn't as that big.
No, it wasn't that drastic.
Right, but it was just the fact of that. So yeah, I wear my wigs. I still would have my different lengths or whatever as far as
like
with my wigs.
Long moments, like long curly moments.
But it makes me, I feel like, okay, so no woman should have a bad hair day because you got so many styles of wigs out there.
Yeah.
At reasonable prices. You know, you can go buy your wig. Now, if you want to spend money on a nice wig, and I do, I go spend money on the wigs that I know that I want to last for a long time. I would go and I would spend a few hundreds of dollars or whatever on it because that's what I want. And if that's what I want, then that's what I'm going to get at that time. But it makes me feel comfortable knowing that, okay, I got something on it, and this is a new look for me. So that's what I do with it. But when we was talking in 2022, towards the end of 2022, I started talking to her. I say, you know what? I think I'm going to go bald.
And I was like,
yeah, you sure about that?
Like, you sure? That's a big change for you.
Right,
there.
right. And so I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, well, it don't matter to me. I'm going to love you either way it goes. So that was like a little confirmation. I'm like, oh, you know, that's sweet. But, you know, that was confirmation. But it still had to be me feeling it to do it.
Yeah. And specifically, in my opinion, when she first said it to me, I would be like, that's a big thing for you. But she really, like, you know, touched me with just how truly she felt, not only here, but in here as well, you know, like, and I'm touching my heart and my mind for the audio listeners, but specifically, she told me all of her own journey, how she personally felt and how not confident she felt with her hair, and I just felt so touched in the spirit. Specifically, I just felt as like, you know, whatever is time for her, you know, and I slowly came to accept it, being like, you know what, I'm here along for your journey. I'm going to ride along with that train with you, you know. I'm here to help. If you want me to, I'm going to say I can, like, you know, have an undercut myself and just be rocking it with you. Whatever, you know, I'm here for you. That's it, you know?
Yeah, because it was like, I didn't feel, I don't know even, I won't even say feeling whole, but I just got tired of trying to cover it up.
Exhausted.
Yeah, you know, you got to find a style to cover it up. Your hair is long in certain spots, and you just wonder why it's just not growing in that spot. I did see a doctor, and they did say I had alopecia. So I was making sure that I did have alopecia, you know, just to know that if I chop it, it ain't coming back. So I decided on December 22nd of 2022, and I told her, I said, I'm ready. We're going to cut it. And she said, you sure? I said, yes, we're going to cut it. And we videoed it, and we took some pictures of her cutting my hair, and I was fine with it. I was comfortable with it. As long as the people that I know that's in the household, to me, the ones that connects with me and see me on a daily basis, know that I'm comfortable with doing it. Plus, I seen a YouTube video on some women that's a part of a bald club. You know, all of them are naturally, well, I'm going to say naturally bald, but they are bald.
Yeah.
You know, so you go through that, but then I also had to think about maintenance as far as bald. So I looked at a whole lot of videos on women who are bald and how they maintain their bald head. So I'm like, okay, is it a shiny bald like the men bald? What are they using? Are they using razors or this or that?
I did my research myself, and I saw, like, you know, a couple women on the internet that do have alopecia. Some cases, you know, is like very severe that they can't grow hair at all no more. In some cases, it's like they still gotta shave their head, which is like my mom's case right here, you know?
Yeah. And I shave it, just a total shave once a week, and
I gotta get on her butt with that every single time because when the week gets too busy, she's like,
Yeah,
do it
then
another time.
I push it back, but I don't like pushing it back too much. So yeah,
Like
I would.
you starting finally getting a
Yeah,
routine on yourself,
yeah.
which is
So,
good.
but then it's still what I found the right razor that works for me is
Right.
asking your uncle. He is bald.
Yeah.
I said, "What do you use to cut your hair?"
He
And
sent
he
you a
sent
screenshot.
me a picture of the razor that he used to cut his hair. Cause I got the shaving cream, I got the razors, I got this thing that I ordered from Amazon with the 9 blades on it. I
Yeah.
said this is a blaze a shaver on steroids. That's
Yeah.
what I say because there's so many on there. But it does give me the clean cut
it's
that I
9
want.
blades, I believe,
Yeah.
that's on there.
It gives me the clean cut that I want, but it's still you have to stop in between and clean it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You know, you have to make sure that it's charged completely. So you got to make sure that it's doing what it's doing. So I really like the shaving part. I really like, you know, the part of just shaving my head bald. So we'll put some pictures up as far as when I was cutting it,
Yeah.
and then we'll put some pictures up of me as far as me being bald, and then maybe one day, you know, as far
Trigger
as the
warning,
video.
I guess, I don't know, jump scare just bald.
Yeah, I don't
But-
want to come on camera and if the ones are seeing the YouTube post of our podcast
Yeah.
and has me bald and be like, whoa, what's going on? I thought I seen this in this picture and that in that picture,
Yeah.
but you still should know that, hey, if this is my natural hair, I'm doing a good job, but this is not my natural
no,
hair.
it's
and
a good wig. That's
but
what that
it's
is.
mine. It's mine when I got it on, though.
She
I
has
can tell you
names
that.
for the
Oh,
wigs,
yeah.
by the way.
This is Kelly. This is Kelly. I like Kelly. I have one named Deborah, which would be me. That's Deborah. I have Tina, and then I have Lisa. No, that one I named Sheila.
I'm gonna say yeah.
But you took Sheila.
Yeah, I took Sheila.
You took Sheila.
Yeah,
okay.
we took Sheila.
So
I cut bangs on Sheila, and Sheila
Yeah,
looked cute.
But
Yeah.
I have Lisa as well, but I'm still working trying to see what style
We
we're
trying our
put
best
Lisa
with Lisa
in.
right
Yeah,
now.
Right now,
we need
working
a
on
mannequin
Lisa.
head. That's all we
Yeah,
need.
yeah.
But specifically with that whole journey of hers, I mean, I never seen her smile this much and just be like, "Oh, I just need to snatch this wig off."
I would snatch it off in a
will
heartbeat.
off.
Yes, I
Oh,
would.
Okay. Just need to give a girl a warning and just snatch the wig. Okay.
It's too hot. I'm gonna snatch it off my head.
And then it came to, after when you did it, I was like, now you can show yourself off, be more confident. You're like, ew.
It took a minute. It did. It took a minute for me before I went out in public as far as being bald. You know, it took. I mean, I had the confidence to shave all of it off, and to cut it off, but I just needed that confidence to.
Yeah, that was
just
the big
walk
jump.
around.
Now we need to do the hurdle. Now
Right, and I did that.
Yeah.
And I got so many compliments as far as how I look with being bald.
Like you got reinsurance from not only your family but also from strangers too, because you said
Exactly.
a woman from the doctor's office complimented you on
Right.
your bald head. And
Right.
you're like, this is so nice. Oh
yeah,
my
she
God.
said, yeah, I like that. You look well with it. I'm like, okay, then thank you. So now I know, So
I'm like, even encouraged your own mom to even do it.
right, Mama is bald now. Yeah.
And I'm like, this. She looks so much better with it too. It just, I just love.
She may let hers grow back. I don't
Maybe.
know
I
whether
don't
she
know.
gonna keep it bald like that. She do like her hair, but
Yeah.
she, of course, she like doing what I'm doing too. So we'll see how that works
But
out.
specifically, like I said, how confident she has become over the years. I just see her bright spirit all over.
It's
again.
only been 1 year.
Coming
Coming up on, you said over the years.
Oh, over the year. I
Over the
meant to say
past
that.
year. Yeah.
My God, Mama,
Yeah,
you
December
just
22nd was
she
look,
grammar.
This right here was a milestone, so you're gonna remember the exact date.
Yeah.
So December 22nd,
I wanna say
2022.
almost a year.
Almost a year. Almost a year.
Okay. I would say just been almost like the whole almost a year anyway. Just in general, how much she has lightened up and just being more confident in herself and just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna snatch off this wig, and you're like, okay, it's time for this maintenance day, time to, like, shave my head and stuff. Just how radiant, that's the word, radiant you have been.
Well, thank you. But
Just been
still,
glowing.
just to cut all of it off,
Yeah.
and you would think, in the back of my mind, I would think, okay, since I cut all of it off, maybe it'll grow back in that part too.
No.
Still, when I get that little stubble, when I go for a week or so without actually
Mhm.
shaving my head, which I don't like doing, when I do that, it ain't growing back.
Yeah.
It ain't growing back.
Yeah.
And people say it's still things out here. Take this vitamin, take that. I'm not able. To me, and to be honest with you all, our listeners,
Yeah.
and the ones that seeing it on YouTube,
Mhm.
I love being bald. I really do. I don't have a problem with it. I don't want my hair to grow back. I really don't.
You
I
say
really
that.
wish the rest of it just stopped growing so I wouldn't have to shave it anymore. And I'll be happy with that.
I would say, especially at your age, one day the hair just gonna stop. You know.
And I'll be happy with that.
It'll be a miracle when that happens. You know. But yeah, that's her journey specifically, and like I said, I'm proud of her making almost a year milestone. Oh, is it? And just how happy she has been. And I'm gonna keep saying that because it's true though. Because I've seen the whole struggle, even as like a kid's lens at the time, and even me seeing it now. I just is like it's a big change and it's a good change for you in my opinion, and I love that, and I'm here for that.
And I appreciate the support
Mhm.
because it's hard to jump into something or to do something different for people to accept you. People,
Right.
especially people that love you, because they feel like, oh, you should have tried this, you should have tried that,
Yeah.
you should have done. Still, would have to be a lifestyle thing.
Yeah,
So
it
if I
is.
start taking vitamins to make my hair, because you're gonna have to, it's really gonna be stimulating those follicles
Yeah,
as
I'm
far
gonna say
as
for some
open.
people you
If
see.
that works,
Yeah, like you
So
see some of the transformations that works for some people, you know, to each their own. But for my mom, especially for her getting them shots in the head, which a lot of people say it hurts,
it
and
did hurt, and she came in like, I'm like, well, can you get some out of warning before you start doing it? I mean, she
you
gave me
even
like
done
3-4
like the
injections.
you done the biotin vitamins and all
Right.
that, which is once again that's like a hit or miss when it comes
And
to
then
like the
somebody
black
said
community.
mix some Vaseline in with some other type
We
of
ain't making no
cream,
concoctions and all
or
that just to let our hair
have
grow.
some Suffer Aid and all this mixed
Use this
together.
A, B, and C hair oil that makes your hair grow and
I'm
stuff.
like,
That's too much
no.
work
But
in
the
my
thing
opinion.
about it is that's still maintenance. That's
Yeah.
something that I'm gonna have to think about doing every single day
Mhm.
that I don't want to do.
Mhm.
I snap some Vaseline on his head after I get through. I have my
Bump cream.
bump cream that I put on here when I need to. Have that honey
Yeah.
that I put on here as well. So I keep those bumps at
The
bay.
honey serum, if you're curious,
Right.
not actual honey. We're gonna make that very
Right,
clear.
right. It's a honey serum that stops it from itching and
Yeah.
this and that. So I have those that I use, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I would say, speaking of which, specifically, we're gonna talk a little bit more about just some things that we have like learned through the years, and just a few, probably like a few products or a few things that we personally recommend for you to do, especially if you want to like make a big change or like maybe try this, that, and the third. We're gonna take a little break and we're gonna come back after the break. I'm so sorry. I had to laugh into It's like, okay, I'm not gonna get into it that hard when it comes to the break, but when we come back,
We do. I mean, that music can be like, yeah, and then it just don't last long. Probably about what, one bar?
like 3 seconds or
Yeah,
something.
it's just one bar.
But
That's it.
that's it. But anywho, some things I personally recommend for you to do is look up your density of your hair, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. I might be the skin color that I am, and I'm proud to be, a black woman in the U.S. But there's different densities out there, and a lot of thick hair oils do not work for me. I tried castor oil. I tried like Jamaican black castor oil, some like thick greases and stuff, which some grease work, but some others do not. And I personally am on the level of low porosity, so low oils work best for me. So like a jojoba oil, argan oil, which I love argan oil, it works best for my hair. It soaks into the follicles and it makes like my tangles unravel like it's nothing, like it's butter even. And just switching a couple products like hair products and stuff like that made a miracle for my hair. Like I changed my shampoo first, and then I did like a deep conditioner, and then it was like the actual hair products now. And I don't use that many hair products on my head because buildup exists.
Yep.
And even when it comes to gel, I take like minor small
Yeah,
amounts
'cause
of it.
we used to have that shine
Yeah,
jam
and
jam
I still use it.
gel or whatever, you know.
But Eco, a lot of people like slap the Eco on their hair like it's nothing. I can't do that, or it's gonna be mad buildup on my edges, and I will have to rinse it out
Right.
for me to like start over all over again to like do it the next hairstyle. But for me anyway, heat protecting, especially if I need to straighten out my hair, for sure, for sure. And either like oil base or most of the time, water base does work, but that's like a hit or miss. It just depends on the product. And I just personally recommend some products like Dark and Lovely. I love Dark and Lovely products. Those are really
Yeah,
nice
you
for
do.
me.
Yeah.
And
And they do work well on you.
and Aussie Moisture with the shampoo and conditioner. They
I was gonna say
so
that too.
cheap,
Right.
and it works for me because the main base of oil that they use is jojoba oil, and it's jojoba oil and aloe vera. Two light things that work best for my hair. It
Yeah.
cleans my hair follicles, and it, like I said, is at a very reasonable price at all different stores
We
and
seen
stuff.
it in Pop Shift, didn't
Yep,
it? Was
yeah,
in
we
Pop
did.
Shift.
It's like $3.99. It's so cheap. You can even get the bundle on Amazon for a nice reasonable price too. And I've been using another product recently, which is Heritage, and it's at Walmart, and I think it's probably at Target. I could be wrong though, but I know it's at Walmart for sure. And their conditioner, it lights up your hair. If you don't like strong scents, I don't recommend it. But if you don't mind, like, your hair smelling nice every 2 seconds, it detangles your hair. It's nice and light. You don't need to use that much, and it detangles real good. I love it personally. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Comb your hair. Please comb your hair and
From
comb
root
it
to
right.
tip or tip to root,
Yeah.
however you're gonna comb it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say comb it
but
right.
comb it.
I recommend that too. And even if it's like, it's been like 2 weeks I haven't touched my hair, touch that hair, please. Get to the roots. Feel how it is,
Yeah.
how bad is it,
Yeah.
Is it easy to get through, or we like probably need to make an appointment, and just, probably find like good protective styles, good styles that work best for you, like the hairstyle in the video right now. I have my hair like in a ponytail, in a bun right now, but this works best for me, and I have like a little some on the front, so it just
little cutesy, cute little
just,
two little ponytails.
just a little some just to jazz it up than just a simple bun with edges, and little things like that for me just makes it more personal to you as a person than anything else. I know that sounds weird, but it expresses me personally, and I just love doing that a lot. So, anything you have to say to the people with shaving your head and all
Well,
that?
with shaving my head, I don't wear a wig every day.
Mm-hmm.
So the days that I don't have a wig on, I went to the beauty supply store and I bought some decorative, I guess you can say scarves,
Scarves, turbans,
turbans, yeah, and I put those on that color match with coordinates with what I'm having on.
Mm-hmm.
And then right now, since it's getting colder outside, I'll put one of those scarves on my head and then I'll put a skull cap on it. Now, granted, if I do get hot, I would snatch that off my head.
Or most push it back till you see
Right.
all her forehead.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that it's low maintenance for me. I would say for me, it's low maintenance because I don't know if everybody hair grow at the pace of my hair because mine really, really don't grow so fast.
No,
But,
like
you
after
know,
a week, it's like only
After,
like
yeah,
a
after a
centimeter
week,
or something.
yeah,
that's
after
it.
a week, then it'll seem you can actually see hair
Yeah.
there. But after a week, but I try to make sure that I maintain it
Mm-hmm.
so that it's not that much for me to shave it when it's time to shave. But you can have those decorative bonnets, turbans,
Right.
scarves. They
Mhm.
got videos. If you get those long scarves, there's videos on
You
YouTube.
even done
It's
bandanas
for
before
how
too,
you can do.
you know?
I've done the bandana. Yes. I haven't just put on a baseball cap since I've been bald, so I haven't put on a baseball cap. I don't know
You
if I'll
probably
even
do
go
that for
that
like
route.
spring
I
or summer
don't
or
know.
something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just to get
I'm
the
just
sun
gonna
at
have
your face,
to find a way to see, because right now it's cold, so I
Right.
really don't want to
Like
just
say
be
around
bald
spring or
when it's
summer,
cold because
that's
it's gonna
when
be.
you probably would do that.
that coldness hit my head
Yeah.
through the little turbans that I have on. I'm like, whoa, no, that's too cold. So I slap a wig on or something. But I'll do that. But it's still gonna take the maintenance as far as having to shave. You're still gonna have to find the right product as far as shaving your head with. And I use the men's club shaving cream. That's what I use to shave my head. And I use a 5-blade razor. I think it's from Bic that I use to shave my head with.
It's either Bic or like I think it's Gillette. I think you.
No, I have Gillette razors, but I don't use the Gillette.
Okay.
Gillette is 3 blades, so I don't use that. I got the 5-blade. It's the
I think
5-blade
Bic or something,
that I have because I think I remember the little ball and the. I'm trying to remember the.
It's a green and like dark blue razor. That's what it is.
It's a big. I'm almost 100% sure
I believe
it's a big razor.
I'll probably correct this and like show a picture on the screen what it is.
It's 5 blades because that's what my brother said he used for his. I don't have that shiny ball. I don't have that shininess that
like,
those men
what
have.
I
want the shiny. I want the shiny ball head. So y'all, you see when you see it, put some suggestions in there so I can give me the shiny ball. I put some Vaseline on my head. But that's just momentarily
it's like
for that. So
day and that's
I'm not trying to slap no Vaseline and be walking around and my head baking the sun if I'm doing things like that. But those are products that I use. Like I told you, I have the men's club as far as the shaving cream or the shaving gel. I put that on there. I use the Bic 5-blade razor when I'm shaving it. I do have I guess you could say an electric shaver.
Yeah.
I probably will use that in between if I really, really need to, but I'm so used to just shaving it now. It seems like it's so much quicker than using that thing that I used in the beginning, that electric blade razor. So that, when I finish shaving it, I put some Vaseline on it. If it starts itching, then I have that honey oil that I put on it, and I make sure that I put my bump butter on there as well. And I get that. I think I only found that it's in Walmart too. Yeah. That was at Walmart.
It's a tiny little I'm gonna say tiny little tub. That's all it is.
You don't have to use.
A little goes a long way.
A little goes a long way.
So.
Yes, I put that and I rub it in between my hands and I rub it on my head and I'm good to go. As far as doing anything, but I really, really. It took some time for me to get to this journey because I really was connected. It is a connection that you have with your hair because that's something that you've had your entire life. I never had a problem where I didn't have my hair down my back. So I had that. So it was, even at the time when you cut it, it was pretty long.
Yeah, it was.
It was pretty long. It was just so thin
in
the top
and
so thick in the back.
It's imagine like if you're watching like on the YouTube video, like where I have like my part specifically right now, this whole section white clean, if not just behind right here, and then just a very microscopic thin bit right there. You would probably get insecure about that in a heartbeat.
I did. I got insecure when people said, "Oh, your hair thin, such and such hair." A friend of mine, my sister, my mom, their hair thin like that too, and I'm tall. So I wouldn't think no one you can actually see in the top of my head
unless you look down,
unless I'm sitting down and you look at the top of my head, or if I bend down and then somebody can see in the top of my head. So yeah, this has been a journey as far as me covering it up all these years. Some people just not gonna do it. Some people still they can have 3-4 strands and they still gonna try to hold on to it and cover it up. But
to each their own,
Yeah, to each their own. And my thing is, you have to be comfortable with how you look and how you're going to feel with it. Once you get to that point where I got to, because it took a while for me to get to the point.
Yeah.
Once you get to the point of saying, okay, this is going to be the new me, and this, because I didn't know what my head, that's what people say, what's your head going to look like underneath that? That's what you were saying. Well, you don't know how it's going to look.
I was appalled. It was more since she has freckles also on her head. It was very unique. I'm like, you got freckles on your head. Wait a minute.
So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's me. That's my natural thing. So I'm fine with that. But I don't have like no cuts or scrapes or knots or anything in it. It's just like that skull with that bump in the back. I do have the bump in the back like everybody have. But other than that,
It was a perfect
I'm
knocking,
good.
in my opinion.
I'm good. So you'll see the pictures or whatever. And just let me know whether, okay, you good, you rocking it. Just let me know.
Yeah.
And I don't need really confirmation
No,
because
I'm gonna
it's
say-
how I feel every
Yeah.
single day with it. I'm good with it anyway. So
Yeah, that's all that is. You know.
yeah.
Do you have a few wigs that you recommend? Do you remember the brands anyway?
I don't. I will have to look at those brands. I really don't because
I think it's like Buddha hair or something. It's like Buddha butt wigs, whatever.
yeah, I do have the tag in there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll probably like show like a few on screen, probably like 3 of them that she has bought from the same brand.
right,
That's a really good brand,
right,
and their quality wigs are always just, in my opinion, just chef's kiss. And it's just the texture is flawless out the package. You don't even have to do too
right,
much to it.
right,
All you gotta do is just cut the lace and tint it, and you're good to go. You know.
yeah.
And we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna end the episode now. Alrighty, people. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and give us like a rating as well on to
Like it.
like the video as well, and
Subscribe
also rate the video, at least the audio, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please, we need the ratings. Get us up there. Get us up. Get us up.
Yes, we're just getting started,
Yes.
but we are enjoying it.
Yes,
I know
we
I am
are.
enjoying
Yes.
this journey with you. I really
It's
am.
such a relaxing thing. Just
It
sit
is.
down and just
Just
talk.
talk.
Yeah,
Just talk.
that's it.
That's it.
And please go follow us on, at least not follow. Go to our website, www.whatsthetopicagain.com. We have a new blog post up by now. It'll probably be something dealing with Thanksgiving like weeks ago as this is being posted.
Right.
But we do have a Thanksgiving post out there, and probably it'll be like my first ever blog post up, hopefully.
So you haven't put anything on your blog
I'm
yet?
finally gonna do something. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know what the title is gonna be probably by now, but it'll be on the screen. Go read about it, go enjoy it, and what else? Any final notes that you have to say, Mama?
Again, like I said last week, thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedule just to listen to us. It's not hard to do. You can listen to us while you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're driving, and just want to have some downtime, relaxing in the bed in your room. You can listen and just listen to a mother and daughter talk authentically about a topic and about themselves personally.
Yeah. Alrighty, everybody. Hope y'all have an amazing rest of your week. Stay warm because it is getting cold out there. Bundle up and take your medicine. Do all
Right,
that.
take your vitamins.
Take your vitamins, please.
Get your shots if that's what you have. That's
Please
what you
do.
do on an annual basis as well.
It's getting cold. Please. I'm gonna say take care of yourself, and we'll see you guys next week with another video.
Thank you.